10 things nobody tells you about being single. Number one, being single is a beautiful thing. The single season is a beautiful season to be enjoyed. It is a time to behold. Yes. How well you live your single life will determine how well your marriage will turn out to be. So it's a season and a time to be relished upon. The second thing is that your single season is the season of preparation. And how well you prepare yourself in your single season will to a large extent determine how successful your life will be as a married person later on. The single season is a time to discover and to pursue your dreams and purposes. Everyone is created for and with a purpose. Now, the right time to discover your purpose and vision for life is when you are single. That way, you know who you can marry and who you cannot marry. Because not every man, not every woman can walk with you in your journey of purpose. Many today discover their purpose after they have married, and now they discover that the person they married does not fit their purpose. So they are having challenges. Unfortunately, God frowns at divorce. So they are trapped in unhappy relationship. So as a single, this is a time for you to discover yourself. Number 4, the single season is a time to know God personally and intimately. As a single, you have all the time to prepare yourself. You have all the time to fellowship with God. For example, as a single sister, you can serve God. As a single brother, you can serve God. You can pray and do everything that you need to do as a child of God without restrictions, without much thoughts, because you have total control over your life as a single. So it's the time to know God, because knowing God requires time. It needs quality of fellowship. And single season offers you that quality of time. You can manage your time. Number 5 thing is that the single season is a time to discover your uniqueness. It's a time to know your strengths, your weaknesses. It's a time for you to understand your special blend. Yes. Number 6, it is a time to develop your core values. Your core values. What is important to you? That is the time to develop your core values. That is the time to know what will be deal breakers to you. That is the time you can know what will constitute a deal and what will constitute a deal breaker. That the time to develop your core values based on your relationship with God is a time to take roots so that you can be fruitful in all seasons of life. For example, Joseph, as a young man, was able to achieve success in the house of Potiphar and even in Egypt generally as prime minister, because he already built a foundation of godly values as a young man before he found himself in Egypt. So that the single season is a time to develop your core values. Number 7, the single season is a time for you to get rid of every trash in form of childhood trauma, teenage traumas, bad behaviors. It's a time to strengthen your weaknesses that you know will affect your relationship. that is the time for you to seek healing, because most of the problems that people have in their marriages are as a result of previous experiences, bad experiences, traumatic experiences that they were not healed from. So the single season is a time for you to set yourself, to examine yourself, and go for emotional healing. Seek healing from God. And also, if you need therapy, go for therapy and make yourself whole. Number 8 is that the single season is the time of discovery and not sexual exploitation. It's a time to really know yourself. Know your revealed self. Try to find out your known self. Try to search your tomorrow prayerfully. It is a time for self-adventure, in knowing yourself, in knowing the purposes and the plans of God for your life. It is not a time for sexual exploitation. No, it's a time for purity. It's a time for purity. It is a time to build the foundation of your life. The scripture said, if the foundations are destroyed, what can the righteous do? The single season is a time to build your foundation. It's a time to lay a solid foundation. Because the strength of your foundation determines how high and how far you can go in life. So that is the time to lay a proper foundation. The last thing I want to talk about is that the single season offers you control over your decisions. Offers you control over it. When you get married, you no longer have total control over your decision, because now you have to think of how your decisions will affect your partner. You have to think of how your decisions will affect your children if you already have children. But when you are single, you make your decisions. For example, when you are single, you get a job in another city. Without much thought, you can take up that job and relocate. But when you have a family, for example, maybe you have a spouse, you have children, you have to now do a lot of analysis, a lot of calculations before you will decide to take that job or not. So you see that the single season is actually a good season. But many singles behave as though it's a curse to be single. No, it's a beautiful thing to be single. Singleness is God's gift to every human being. It is a season to be enjoyed. It is a season to be relished. It is a season to be explored. So enjoy your single season on your way to your marriage season. How well you take advantage of the single season will determine how well you'll be able to live the married life. So take advantage of the single season to equip yourself, to empower yourself, so that your marriage will be a beautiful thing. Yes, and you will enjoy your marriage. But for now, enjoy your single season. Don't live all the days of your life daydreaming about marriage. Instead, focus on enjoying the beauty that the single season offers you. God bless you.